years ago, it was selected on the American Pavilion of the Cannes Film Festival, and since then it has won about 18 awards. It's a short film, but I'm proud that I was associated with it.
फिल्म होती है, शॉर्ट हो, लॉन्ग हो, लार्ज हो, एक्स्ट्रा लार्ज हो, लेकिन फिल्म होती है. हम सब ये जानते हैं कि जो एड्स हैं आजकल, छोटी सी जो एड्स होती हैं, जिंगल्स होती हैं, वो भी एक स्टोरी कह देती हैं इतने से में. तो डेफिनेटली, तो इतनी सी भी फिल्म है तो उसमें स्टोरी है, अगर बड़ी फिल्म है तो उसमें भी स्टोरी है. तो हम डेफिनेटली इस स्टोरी के बारे में और जानना चाहेंगे आपसे कि ये जो म्यूजिक कॉम्बिनेशन है, आपको क्या आपके दिमाग में आया कि ये म्यूजिक कॉम्बिनेशन आपके लिए सही है?
One, I said to you that it is a beautiful love story, or when it is woven, musically driven, तो राजस्थान तो मेरा चहीता राज्य था ही, और फिर I was following, as I said, Tapu Khan for a long time. He passed away while I was writing the story, and but he dedicated to Kamaicha all his life. And then I found out what is happening to the youths of that community, और फिर उसमें जो जुड़े हुए जो events है, I don't want to tell the whole story about the movie, but it's very beautiful. It's very beautiful. And then we are connecting it, right? कि मैं US में हूँ, मगर how I can bring them on the world stage. That was the idea. So ये love story को लेके फिर हम किस तरह से उसको आगे ले जा सकते हैं. तो उसमें फिर I talked to Ricky, I talked to Mithoon, and they both were very excited about it. And so that's the reason we are coming here and putting this in front of you. Just the music-driven film. जैसे आपने कहा था, right? Truly speaking, music doesn't have a language. And if a movie is truly driven by music, expected cast, number one, हम जरूर उनको इस फिल्म में इस तरह से.
जी भाई, इस विषय पर मेरे विचार ये है. देखिए कि इसमें मुझे लगता है दोष किसी का नहीं है. ये बात समझना हम सब के लिए बहुत अहम है कि हम एक सिनेमा ड्रिवन कल्चर है, क्योंकि हमारे देश में जैसे मैंने पहले भी कहा कि सिनेमा जो है वो एक बहुत अहम हिस्सा है हमारी सभ्यता का. हम सब बड़े हुए हैं, जो हमारे देश के जो बड़े बड़े एक्टर्स हैं, डायरेक्टर्स हैं, वो हमारे बचपन का हिस्सा है. हमारे घरों में, गलियों में उनका जिक्र है, सीन्स का जिक्र है, डायलॉग्स का जिक्र है, वो हमारे कल्चर का एक हिस्सा है. तो जब कोई भी चीज़ सिनेमा से जुड़ जाती है तो मुझे लगता है वो अपने आप इट बिकम्स दैट बिग. लेकिन मुझे लगता है वो बदलाव आ रहा है. जैसे आपने सही कहा कि मुझे लगता है भारत के अंदर, हमारे देश के अंदर अलग अलग, जब आप 60 किलोमीटर भी पार कर जाते हैं तो वहाँ का जो है राग बदल जाता है, भाषा बदल जाती है, बोली बदल जाती है, उसका जो तलफ़ुज़ है बदल जाता है. तो जब इतना कुछ है इस देश में, मुझे लगता है ये जिम्मेदारी हर आर्टिस्ट अपने में उठाए, और मुझे लगता है लोग कर भी रहे हैं. बहुत सारे ऐसे लोग हैं. इस प्रोजेक्ट के लिए भी मैंने मामे खान साहब को रिकॉर्ड किया, तो मैंने उनसे जब चर्चा की तो उन्होंने मुझे बताया कि कैसे वो अपने कल्चर को लेकर, अपने संगीत को लेकर दुनिया भर में परफॉर्म कर रहे हैं. तो मुझे लगता है वो बदलाव, आपने बहुत सही पूछा, वो बदलाव डेफिनेटली आना चाहिए. लेकिन मुझे लगता है वो समय आ रहा है, क्योंकि अब जो है इंडिपेंडेंट म्यूजिक भी, उसके दरवाजे भी खुल गए हैं. और मुझे लगता है कि हमारे जो अलग अलग इस प्रोजेक्ट में मुझे मौका मिल रहा है कि मैं राजस्थानी म्यूजिक को जो है उस फोक को लेकर एक्सप्लोर करूँ, उसको इम्प्रोवाइज करूँ. मेरा दर्शन तो ये है कि आने वाले सालों में और भी जो है, जैसे महाराष्ट्र का जो फोक म्यूजिक है, मैं उसको भी इस्तेमाल करूँ. जो पंजाब का फोक है जो इतना रिच है, बंगाल का बाउल संगीत है, मुझे लगता है इतने सारे अलग रंग है भारत में. और मैं रिकी से बिल्कुल सहमत हूँ उस विषय पर कि अगर हमें अपने संगीत को जो है एक पश्चिमी स्तर पर या कि ग्लोबल स्तर पर लेकर जाना है, तो हमें जो है अपनी पहचान लेकर जानी है. हमें जो चीज़ अनोखा बनाती है वो है हम जो हिंदुस्तानी है, जो हमारा रंग है. तो आई थिंक दैट इज गोइंग टू बी आवर स्ट्रेंथ. और मुझे लगता है वो बदलाव आने वाले साल में डेफिनेटली हम देखेंगे.
Music, that is the former drummer of the band The Police. So there have been collaborations between Indian and Western musicians for a while. Even this year, the album that won the Grammy Award, that is Shakti, was a collaboration between John McLaughlin and Indian musicians. So these kind of collaborations have happened. But you know, the thing is that adding on to what Mithoon said earlier about Indian traditions and your question about about folk musicians getting the limelight. I've got even though I completely agree with what Mithoon said, I've got another point of view also, which is a little controversial, but I'll say it anyway. But the thing is that when a Bollywood musician and a Bollywood composer and a singer performs, outside of India, like let's say in New York or in New Jersey or in London or in Moscow or any place like that, then they are able to fill up stadiums, they're able to fill up complete auditoriums and get huge crowds and audiences. But the only people who show up in those audiences are people from the Indian diaspora. Because barring a few songs from Bollywood, there are a few songs in Bollywood that have broken cultural barriers, but barring a few songs, Bollywood has actually not completely broken cultural barriers in that way. The people who have actually broken cultural barriers are the folk and the classical musicians. Because I remember when I was 19 years old, I'd gone to San Francisco and I watched a concert of Pandit Ravi Shankar. And I was shocked sitting down in that concert that the people sitting down in the auditorium was very representative of the city itself. So there was just 5 or 6% Asian people inside the auditorium. It was mainly a Caucasian, American population sitting down in the audience and listening to pure Indian classical music over there. But in India, unfortunately, we're not appreciating our own talent. Like for example, everybody knows who Pandit Ravi Shankar was. Everybody knows greatest sitarist ever. Everybody knows Bharat Ratna winner. Everybody knows his daughter is Anushka Shankar and Nora Jones. I can challenge everybody over here. Can anybody name one album of Pandit Ravi Shankar? He's made 70 albums. Go on to his Wikipedia page, he's made 70 albums. Can anybody name one album of his? Greatest Indian musician ever in the history. Name one song of his. Or just hum a tune of his. Nobody can. But outside, he's been appreciated. He's won 3 Grammy Awards. He's won a Lifetime Achievement Award at the Grammys. And he's only been playing pure Indian classical music. He's not playing electric guitar, he's not playing hip-hop music and all. He's playing pure Indian classical music. But outside, he's appreciated. But in our country, he was not appreciated. So we need to change that, and I believe that this film will be a very, very good step. Millionaires of Love will be a very good step into that direction.
Why Millionaires of Love? Because it sounds like Slumdog Millionaire.
Oh no, that's not. That was not my decision. I just like the title, but the decision was, of course, the writer's decision. So I think that's a question for him.
Yeah, could the writer answer it? Does it not resemble Slumdog Millionaire?
Yeah, I will take at least 60 minutes to answer this. No, I'm
Okay.
I'm just kidding. Let me tell you in just 30 seconds that passion is love and love is passion. We have one of our tagline called "A millionaire never goes bankrupt." And why think about millionaire of just money, rupees, paisa, dollars, right? You could be a millionaire of your art. You could be a millionaire of your love. जिसके साथ आप प्यार करते हैं. आपकी कला भी हो सकती है, आपकी चहेते भी हो सकती है, और कुछ भी हो सकता है. And let me tell you, each and everyone sitting in this audience have experienced that if you have a passion, आपने सुबह भी खाना नहीं खाया होगा, शाम को भी खाना नहीं खाया होगा, तो भी आप रात को उठ के अपने पैशन के बारे में सोच सकते हैं और आपकी कला को आगे ले जा सकते हैं. And that is what the millionaire is. और वो बैंकरप्ट नहीं जाता है, right?
मोहम्मद फैज देर आए दुरुस्त आए. आपने दिल चुरा लिया गाना गा के, मगर दिल क्यों जलाया जबकि ये प्यार पे है गाना. मतलब आज इट इज अबाउट लव. तो 4 लाइन गुनगुनाइए जो आपने रिकॉर्ड किया है, इफ यू आर अलाउड.
Well, आप जो पूछ रहे कि मैंने सैड गाना क्यों गाया है, तो ऐसा कुछ सोच के नहीं गाया कि सैड है, रोमांटिक है. वो बस मेरा गाना था तो मैंने गा दिया. कुछ और गा दो.
आनंद जी हिलिए मत थोड़ा.
दिल जला गाना क्यों गाया?
Right.
आज माहौल नहीं है
I
प्यार
just
का
wanted to
माहौल.
add an answer to your question. So while we were recording the song, I had the honor of having Kadri ji, in the studio, and so he walked in after we had recorded about 2 or 3 lines of the song, and it was quite amazing to see him in action because since he had written the words, he was really good at directing, the singer to actually, to actually get the right emotions out. And after he started directing this young singer, what happened was that the emotions started coming out better and exactly the way that I wanted, but I could not convey this as well, to the vocalist. So I ended up giving my chair to Kadri ji, and I told him that, you direct the rest of the song, And so that's why it was a beautiful collaboration. And what was very surprising to me is that he had written the lyrics a few days before that. But I've never experienced a lyrics writer who knows the tune even better than I do. So that was pretty amazing. That he had by-hearted the tune, and I changed the tune a little bit just on the day of the recording, on the morning of the recording. Before we started recording, I changed a little bit of the tune because I felt one part was a little monotonous. And I did not tell him about it. And when the singer sang that part of the tune, he sang it in the new tune. And Kadri ji immediately looked at it. He's like, no, that's not the tune. This is the tune. And then I had to tell him, nay, I changed the tune in the morning. So that is what. So it is pretty amazing working with, and he's a legend for good reason, because he's really good at what he does.